Welcome to an example of taking a function that's second degree. This is x squared, so this is not linear. This is what we call quadratic. It's x squared. And we're going to plug into it some various different things. So let's start with f of a. So we're going to plug in a to this function. So the a plugs in everywhere we've got x, because that's what x basically is in a function. It's the plug-in slot, like the holes in a toaster. So what do we have? This is 7, and then a squared. This notation might be confusing, but this means to the second power. I'll just get, that's the other way of writing that. Minus 6, and then again plug in a, plus 6. So there's the first answer, minus 7a squared minus 6a plus 6. The next one, we have a 2 on the outside of f of a. So we put 2 on the outside and we plug a in again. And so then that 2 is going to distribute like things on the outside of parentheses always do. So that'd be 14a squared minus 12a plus 12. Okay, and now the whole 2a is plugged in. So the 2a goes there and there into both of the x slots. So instead of the 2 being on the outside, the 2 and the a both are plugged in. So we get 7 and then 2a squared. You put parentheses around anything you plug into a function whenever you plug it in the x spot. So now we have to simplify this. This is going to be 7, and 2a squared, in fact, let me, I'll just write it for you. It means 4a squared, doesn't it? Because you square the 2 and square the a. 2 squared is 4, and a squared is a squared. Minus 6 times 2a is 12a plus 6, and then finally 7 times 4, 28a squared minus 12a plus 6. 28a squared minus 12a plus 6. a plus 2. Now we're going to plug a plus 2 into the parentheses. So again, everywhere x was, we put parenthesis a plus 2. Parenthesis a plus 2. Now we got a little more work to do here. For this one, we're going to have to go parenthesis a plus 2, parenthesis a plus 2. You're going to have to write 2 of them. This one will distribute minus 6a minus 12 plus 6. But it's very important. A common mistake students make is they'll go, look, this is just a squared plus 4. They'll just square the a and square the 2. Because they think, well, isn't that what you did right there? Yeah, when there's a plus sign or a minus, you have to actually write 2 of them like this, and you have to, what's called FOIL. Do you remember that? The first goes to both, and the second goes to both. It's a little more complex than just squaring each piece. So what you're going to get is, so you're going to get a times a squared, a times 2, 2a. Now he's done. So writes first to both, second to both. The 7's out here just waiting in the front. He'll go in a minute. But right now I just did this a to both of these guys. First to both, he's done. And now second one to both. So 2a plus 4, right? This guy went to this guy and this guy. And he's done. We're done. So it's first to both, second to both. It's also called FOIL. Minus 6a minus 12 plus 6. All right, last, well, not last, but we're getting close. Distribute. So we get 7a squared plus 14a plus 14a plus 28, and then the minus 6a minus 12 plus 6, and finally gather like terms. 7a squared, 14a, and 14a is 28a, minus 6, what's that, 22a, I think? Yeah. And then 28 minus 12 plus 6, if you add those in your calculator, I think you'll get 22. So there we go. That was a lot of work, and the crucial step was this foiling right here. So you have to know, it's an important lesson in algebra if you're going to move forward to calculus especially, is that when you have two things added or subtracted with a square, you can't just square each one individually like we did here. See, these were timesed. 2 times a, so that was no problem. Just square the 2, square the a. But when they're added or subtracted, I always say adding and subtracting is what wrecks algebra. All the hard rules are involved with adding and subtracting. So you have to write 2 of them and FOIL it out is what you have to do on that. All right, so there we go. There's what we get when we do that. Let's write that answer up there. We got one more to go. 7a squared plus 22a plus 22. Right, last one. We're supposed to take f of a separately and f of 2. 2 totally separate deals. So f of a and f of 2 separately added. Okay, so f of a plus f of 2. So first off, what's f of a? Well, that means just take the original function and plug in a. So that'll be 7a squared plus, what is it? I'm losing track. No, it's minus 6a plus 6. Minus 6a plus 6. So there's the first one. Plus, so that's this one. Plus, and then over here is f of 2. So that's the same thing. Now we're plugging 2 in to the parentheses. Do you see what we did? So f of a is a plugged in to the whole function in the parenthesis spots, and f of 2 is 2 plugged in to the parentheses where the x's were. Now we have to work that out. What is that going to be? 7a squared minus 6a plus 6 plus, this is 7 times 4 minus 12 plus 6. So 7a squared minus 6a plus 6 plus 28 minus 12 plus 6. 7a squared minus 6a plus 6. What is that? I think it just comes out 28. I think the 6 and 6 makes 12 and cancels that. So 7a squared minus 6a plus 28. Minus 6a plus 28. Yeah. There we go. All right. So that was a lot of work. Plugging into an x squared function in various ways.